Back, and as you can tell, I got that sweet fade. I still got my glasses, but I got my sweet fade. Yes. Today, we're going to be talking about some movies, and as well as I'm going to make some videos on the recent Kimbo Slice versus Ken Shamrock fight, which, yeah, we'll address that in the next video, because that it looked worked to me. I'm just saying it did not look like it looked like a really bad work, or it could just be, you know, he's old and Kimbo's old and it was just two old guys trying to have an MMA fight. But anyways, we're going to be talking about Reservoir Dogs, and in this series I'm going to be I'm going to have a series of videos, and this is going to be what I consider my favorite movies. And this is the 2-disc edition of Reservoir Dogs. I still need to get this on Blu-ray, but the DVD serves its purpose and I really like it. It's basically you're trying to figure out who is the rat, because it's about these group of gangsters who try to pull off a jewelry robbery, but it turns out someone tipped off the cops and some of the gangsters got away, and you're trying to figure out who is the rat. It's a very good movie. Everyone tries to say that it's like one of the most violent movies ever, and it's all that. And I remember, hearing that it's like one of the most violent, bloody movies. And there's blood in it, but it's really, I don't know, it's really not that violent as compared to, a lot of other Tarantino movies. And I actually thought it was quite tame. There is a scene where a cop is being tortured by one of the gangsters. But really, if you watch it, it's, is it violent? Yes, but it's not that violent. You don't see that much. You don't really see, like, too much of the violence. But compared to shit that comes out today, this is tame. I don't even know if this would, the language alone, I don't know, like, maybe just the foul language and the subject matter, would get it a R rating. But if I was, part of the MPAA, I would consider this tame. Now, there are some deleted scenes on here to where you actually see where they did have some, like, gory effects, and the team who did the blood and the special effects of this was K&B, who did some of the Nightmare on Elm Street and Evil Dead movies, as well as The Walking Dead. But, like I said, a lot of those effects were cut from the movie, and you don't really see too much of it. There's a lot of blood, but, that's because one character was shot in the stomach, and that's not a spoiler alert. That just happens at the beginning of the movie. He gets shot in the stomach, and most of the blood is coming from him. And they're trying to, it's quite ironic. I guess they're listening to the Harry Neeson song, put the lime in the coconut and drink the bowl up, make your belly feel better, and one of the guys is shot in the stomach. I thought that was kind of funny. But it's, the thing is like I said, it's not really that violent. It's just a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking, but it's actually surprising. It's almost like watching a play, because it's like in one set and they're talking, and I don't really think, I don't think it's a bad movie. I love it. It's one of my favorite movies. I don't think that's a bad idea. I actually think it's a good idea, just having them talk and then having these flashback scenes with how they all came together was really good. But I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I have really no problem with it. I love it. Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite directors, and I actually really like this film. And one thing about this movie, though, it does, one thing about movies, especially classics, is sometimes they do kind of spoil certain things about the movie on the back of the case. This is a spoiler alert, but you can kind of see the cop tied up, after he cuts his ear off and stuff. And I actually think there's some copies of this that actually show like a severed ear and stuff like that. But it's not as bad as, like the Night of the Living Dead VHS tape where they throw the the guy on the fire. But yeah, I like it, and I'll give it a 10 out of 10 perfect movie.